What up, what up? This is the Over Easy Podcast Network. This podcast is just called Over Easy. I'm Ernesto.
My name is Jason.
And we're here to talk some shit.
Nonsense.
Talk about anything we want. Current events, crazy things, good things, bad things, hard topics, crucial conversations that people shy away from.
Trump.
Yeah, I'm sure we're going to talk about that because he gives us plenty of content to talk about. It's his fault, guys.
Okay.
COVID.
Anything.
Kanye.
Anything and everything between Trump, Kanye can give you miles and miles worth of conversation.
Yeah, we're here for ourselves because... You know, talking is healthy. It's therapeutic. It's what we need in this world these days. More talking and less fighting. It's better.
Well, yeah, this podcast is going to be about, sometimes agreeing, sometimes disagreeing. We're definitely going to try not to piss each other off, but it's definitely going to happen. Yeah. But overall, we want to give back to you guys, and we want you guys to be such an influence on this podcast. So we're going to be asking you a bunch of things. We're going to be we have an email. We're going to have a bunch of social media ways you can get involved with us. So you can definitely talk to us. We want you to be just as much in part of this show. We got a lot of big announcement coming up in a couple of weeks. So just stay tuned. Listen to us. We hope that you enjoy this. But yeah, thank you so much for listening to us, and let's get this podcast started.
Yeah. Like he said, big things coming up, and we're going to start from podcast 1, and we're going to make a promise. When we get to 1 billion subscribers on YouTube, 1 billion, which is doable. I mean, all you guys got to
do a billion if you
is share this with families and friends and make people subscribe.
Look at my phone right now.
We're going to have the biggest giveaway anybody's ever seen on YouTube.
We're not going to tell you right now because it's not fair.
You're going to find out once we hit 1 billion. And everybody's going to go crazy. It's going to be on the news. It's going to be everywhere. So if you want to be a part of that, go ahead and subscribe. Hurry up and tell people because it's going to be bigger than TikTok. It's going to be bigger than all that stuff. And it depends on you guys on how fast we get there and how fast we get to see it.
But once again, we cannot tell you what the prize is, but it's big.
Yeah. Once we get to 1 billion subscribers. So right now, let's see who's going to be the first. And share it.
Yes. Like it, YouTube, anything you can, please. We appreciate it.
All right.
But let's get started on our COVID experiences so far. Ernesto, what have you learned in these, March now?
I don't know. What is it?
Yeah, and we live in South Florida.
Christmas? I don't know.
So we've been the hotbed pretty much a lot of times after New York. So we've had some funny, I'm sure, interactions, stories, everything. Yeah. What have you learned about yourself during these COVID times? Anything that makes you think again about maybe you're going to switch the way you think or do things now whenever we're done?
Well, I learned about myself that I can exercise more. That's one thing I learned through this COVID. I've exercised more than I have in my entire life. I've ran, for the first time in my life, I ran a 5K. And so far, I've done 6 of them within this COVID thing. I've never thought I'd be running 5Ks and never did them before in my life. So I'm learning that stuff about myself.
So that's a positive. Any negatives?
Oh, any negatives?
I mean, there's got to be something out there because I have a laundry list of things, but you go first because I want to hear.
I don't have any negatives that I learned from COVID.
See, that's.
You
what? Go ahead, say what you're going to say. You love what?
I love being at home and everybody being at home. I love that. That's fun. No, I don't have any negative things about COVID.
I think
I didn't gain any weight.
Yeah.
I lost a lot of weight.
Well, let me start with my... Well, that's great.
That was really my main concern going into COVID. I don't want to gain weight.
Okay.
And I don't want to get COVID.
Now, let me start with my laundry list, okay? People are disgusting, and that's what I find out. I found out that I'm every more and more day, I'm a hypochondriac with things. People touching things, the doorknobs in China, touch your hand, everything. It just grosses me out. People without their mask on, going into restaurants. I don't know how.
Mask off.
Or sorry, mask off. Excuse me. People going into restaurants. Now, let me ask you something. What is the difference between going into a restaurant and they say it's fine, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can sit down and have your mask off and everything magically disappears. Because COVID disappears because you're in a restaurant, right?
Right.
And you have to leave it on until you sit down. Where does COVID go? It just magically disappears? Is that the vaccine everybody was talking about?
It's hovering over you like a dark cloud.
Is there like a pause button? Because they're opening up all these restaurants.
Right.
Where all these people now, the waiters have to leave it on, but the 12 people, 15 people in there that don't get tested.
Right. You
get to have their mask off, and that's supposedly safe. How is that safe?
It's not. You got to sell, to get me in your restaurant, you have to sell me on your ventilation system. You should start at the door like, we have the best ventilation system. It goes straight through here. I'm like, oh, really?
I want to meet your AC guy. I want to see the test of everybody that's been tested in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
The other customers in there. I haven't been in a restaurant besides picking up. I will not sit in a restaurant. Yeah. That is disturbing to me. I've already found people disgusting before the fact. Now I'm just on another level. So this is very worrisome in a lot of ways. And I have a full-blown almost panic attack thinking about eating at a restaurant right now because people are disgusting.
Yeah, we need outside restaurants.
Outside.
Yeah,
now,
like in Wynwood.
In Wynwood. We should have more Wynwoods. Like I said, we are in South Florida, so we have a lot of party scenes. It's been dead out here pretty much. Yeah. Not a lot of things going on. You see your occasional things. Yeah. But if you've ever been in a nightclub, how the hell are they supposed to open those things up in COVID? Yeah. People dripping off sweat.
You can't do it.
People breathing on each other. You got the steam. Horrible ventilation. I mean, I don't think that's a... Have you ever thought of good ventilation in a club?
Like, before you didn't care.
Like
now it's like the most important thing.
I've gone out of clubs at 3 o'clock in the morning, sweating and people rubbing up against you. The drunk people talking on, and I've been one of those drunk people talking on top of people. But like, how does that even look? Can you even see how that looks now? Post whatever, pre-COVID, whatever you want to say. But like, this is disturbing.
I don't see how that looks.
Could you walk into a club?
I couldn't see how it looks because I couldn't do it.
I mean, people are talking about vaccines. Damn it, I just want to be out, not be able to have to wear a mask at some point. Yeah. But we don't know where we're going at this point. But,
I don't know, man. Until this thing becomes a thing of the past, it's going to be crazy like that. It's going to be a lot of outside events for me and a lot of wearing a mask. I mean, I'm not as... Before, when it first came out, I was doing heavy on the gloves and heavy on the... So I guess I was a little bit more hypochondriac. How do you say it? Hypochondriac?
I think it's hypochondriac, yeah.
Hypochondriac?
Yeah, it's hypochondriac. I've learned that word.
But I was trying to say hypochondriatic.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean,
that's even a word.
Ernesto's coming up with his own words. That's fine.
Right. But I was more like that at the beginning because, we know nothing. We didn't know what the COVID was about, what it could do, how contagious it was or whatever. So I was kind of taking all precautions, which kind of launched me on my fitness journey. I was already on a fitness journey, but it ramped up 100%. It doubled because I went from running every other day on my normal exercise regimen. And when they said COVID and it hits the lungs, I said, well, I'm going to run every day. So I doubled my running. I doubled my gym. I doubled everything as a response. So I guess that's me being a hypochondriac.
I mean, in a sense, yes. I mean, I did run for a while, but I had some other things that come up. So I've been lacking running-wise. And eating habits haven't been so great lately for me. Mm-hmm. So I got to get back into that. But COVID has definitely made me check my choices out in eating. I've been eating a lot better, but worse, like a better worse, So maybe a better worse is, I'm only going to have 3 slices of pizza in 4.
Instead of 4.
You know, so it's been a better thing. I mean, I love Italian food, so there's a lot of things that I've been eating that haven't been probably the best choices. My lung capacity is probably not at its best right now. I don't smoke or anything, but when you eat and you gain a little bit of weight, that's what happens. But yeah, I definitely got to get out there and feel whatever you're feeling, man, because I've never seen Ernesto so, as long as I've known him, as happy as he's been right now running. And running, I guess, changes your life during COVID times, but I'm stuck. Weird. Yeah, I'm stuck in the hypochondriac times because I literally, when I go to the gas station, I wear a glove. I do the whole thing. I got hand sanitizer in the car. I buy gloves every week or whatever, and these are just some of the things that I do. I don't trust people. I get disgusted when I see people walk into places without a mask, and I'm like, don't you know what time we're in? What shell are you in right now? Like, what are you? You're immune just like Trump?
Right.
Did you hear that he said that the other day?
I'm probably, okay, so I'll share a secret that I didn't know it was a secret. It wasn't a secret, but I'll share something that I would say is irresponsible, kind of, like Trump not wearing a mask. Yeah. About me. What I don't do and what I don't like is hand sanitizer. I don't like hand sanitizer in the first place, and I don't use it a lot. Even I used it when COVID first came out a lot, but now I don't use it anymore. And even when I used it the other day randomly because someone offered it, and I reluctantly stuck my hand out and I rubbed it, and I felt like I was rubbing slime all over my hands.
Okay, so
it's this thing I don't like.
Okay,
I don't like rubbing a substance all over my hand.
So, well, I'm with you on that, okay? I'm definitely with you on that. But I'm going to say it like this, right? So,
I don't even use lotion.
Yeah. So I think people like me have bought a lot of hand sanitizer, and I use it all. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like that one guy who was in an Amazon. He bought all this stuff and tried to sell it. No. Mm-hmm. I actually use the stuff, right? But I think sometimes, and I wash my hands like, I wash my hands. I'm OCD, so like that's fine. But I think sometimes, you know, I worry about, is it too much hand sanitizer that I'm using? Is this going to make an impact on my life? Because you hear the people that are using this hand sanitizer swallowing it, and please do not swallow hand sanitizer. That's what I was about to say. Don't do any of that stuff. But I use it on my hands all the time. Like I'm in the car, I touch something, like I go out, blah, 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 and I'm using it. I'm going through a lot of hand sanitizer. So I'm saying to myself, all right, is there too much hand sanitizer? Because there is alcohol in this, right? Yeah. So I wonder if this is unhealthy for me.
That's why I kind of, once I heard about people using it and then not eating it while it's wet on their fingers, they said it was later that they were eating with their fingers and they got sick or died from it. Like, and once I heard that, I was like, yeah, I'll just wash my hands.
No, it's good to wash hands, but some positions you're just not in the way. Like, but I OD it, and Ernesto admitted he doesn't do it enough.
So am I like irresponsible like Trump in that?
No, he's an idiot. Trump. He's an idiot.
I'll use it to be not like Trump.
He literally. Did you see him the other day take off his mask? This whole big parade of coming back up and taking off his mask and stuff in front of everybody. Like this is a big. Then he salutes.
And then he was like huffing and puffing.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I'm immune. And then he's. It's like I'm good.
You need to go get better, bro. Listen, you're gonna not be president eventually, whether you go another 4 years or not. It's better to be alive. You ain't got to be out here like acting like you're Captain COVID.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you're gonna see where our politics lean. I think you can already kind of tell a little bit. We have, like I said, different opinions, but on this subject, you can kind of tell.
I just don't want a stupid person.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Don't put a stupid person.
We would take anybody right now, pretty much. We would take anybody right now. Number one, like I said, I hate to do this, but please go out and vote. Please. But,
absolutely.
This is pretty common sense for anybody that we're speaking to right now, listening to us. Like, we do not need stupidity at the head of the office with this. This is all we ask for.
Right.
Like, let's just backtrack, okay?
I wouldn't trust him to drive my car while I'm in the passenger seat because I think he's too stupid to do it.
We can go
let alone to run a country.
Yeah.
I think he will make the wrong turns when you're not supposed to make the right turns. I think I wouldn't trust him.
We're gonna go through. We're gonna go through a laundry list of things that he did at another time. We know he's incompetent and everything.
Yeah.
But me and Ernesto spoke about the debate. We didn't want to get too much into it because we have some stuff. But what did you think about the debate between? I don't even know if we call it a debate because there was just a yelling of one guy. And I love how some people preface it.
Yeah.
Well, they both said some stuff. Biden said this, called him a clown. I mean, look how many people Trump's called names to over the times. But overall, that's not even the point. What did you think of this? I don't even know what would you call that we watched last week?
I don't know. It was more like a WWF. When they're in the ring, the showdown, or backstage when they're arguing back and forth on the mic. It reminded me more of like that, like a WCW.
But
The Rock is yelling at Stone Cold.
But this wasn't both sides, like Trump's favorite word, both sides. Yeah. This was one side clearly, talking over, and this is the first time. Like I felt embarrassment over these last 4 years, 100%.
Yeah.
But when you walked out of that, what did you think? I guess you can say as an American after watching that, saying the choices that you had in front of you.
Yeah, I felt ashamed that this was our country. I felt like disappointed that we allowed these people to be voted into office. But I wasn't surprised. I say all of that. I wasn't surprised because I realized that the majority of people aren't as smart or as bright as other people. I learned that in school. Like when you take the test, like most kids are average, and then there's the advanced kids, and there's only like 15 of them. So you know what I mean? So like
you are correct.
If you got the average kids, and you've been around. I've been around the average kids, and some of them average kids ain't so average. They're kind of dumb, and I'm with them. Like I'm saying, and actually no, I'm not with them. I'd like to say I'm one of the smart kids. Fuck that. But anyway, if you got a lot of people who are average to not average, and they are the majority when it comes to making or voting on an important or a decision that takes some smarts to vote on or to be, to know, they're going to outvote the smart people. So you can have the smart people saying, no, this is the person we should be voting for, or this is the policy we should have. But if you have way more average or dumb people that don't see it that way, they're going to outvote the smart people, and that's how you get a Donald Trump.
Yeah, of course. And people just don't care about politics enough, unfortunately.
Right.
What it means, what are these laws, what are these things that they're proposing, and that's why politicians can play these games with people, because they don't know, for most part. You ask people about the healthcare plan, the Green New Deal, all these deals that people are coming out with and what it's about. Nobody knows. They just hear from other people and say, look, I heard a couple people say that's great, so that's great. They don't look at the inside of these things and know that this is bad or whatever, bullshit. All of this is bullshit. What is an executive order? And I think that's big for people to start understanding, like, who do we have in office? What kind of type of... what's the word? His intellectual being is.
His IQ.
Yes, exactly. His IQ. What is his emotional level? Like, these are things we have to start asking ourselves.
Emotional IQ.
Yeah. Like, what are we doing? Like, these are people that are running this country and telling us where we should go. Another thing I want to ask you is, back in 2016, first of all, I'm gonna full disclosure. I'm a 35 white man that's Jewish, and Ernesto is
38-year-old black guy.
All right, so I have So I have a lot of diversity in my friendships and everything. But a lot of things that I guess I saw differently than a lot of my black friends was I was shocked when Hillary lost, and most of them, I would say the majority of my black friends said to me, "No, not shocked."
Yeah.
How did you take that?
When Hillary lost?
When Hillary lost.
First of all, I didn't think it was fair because the popular vote outweighed She beat him in the popular vote.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
And
that's a
then I was
whole
like,
nother
wait a minute,
subject.
what the fuck? So the electoral college
subject.
can come in and be like, thanks for the suggestion, popular vote.
But my thing is,
we're going to choose. So that to me pissed me off in general, just the process.
Yes.
That let me know something was wrong there. But as far as me being upset for, I think.
But surprised that Trump won. Because, like I said, I think there was a racial gap, right, for people who voted as white people, right, that voted for Hillary, right, and were kind of stunned when Hillary lost. I mean, I was 100% stunned. I was 100%. Too. But you're one of the few. But most black people that I've spoken to, friends, like, nah, this is America. And I knew, like I said, I've known racism, everything like that. I see it, everything. But I guess I had a blind spot to, I guess, for me, being like, oh, everybody's. To a degree, everybody knows this guy's an idiot.
Right.
Everybody knows this guy's an idiot. And I was floored when I found out that day. I said, this guy's gonna win. And I was shocked. I was stunned. And I think, like, I was stunned. But when I speak once again to my black friends, they're like, nope. Why are you shocked? This is America. I let that slide. I let that slide. And I was like, you know what? They're right.
Yeah.
I mean, for you said that you were stunned.
Yeah, I definitely was, because I didn't think that the Electoral College could override a popular vote. That is what surprised me.
So you're talking more of, okay, you just think that's a huge
process.
Yeah, you think that's such a huge gap that it wasn't going to, it was still not going to matter, like, just because it's whatever. She won by 3 million, right?
3 million, of
3
course.
million votes. So you just thought, okay, the Electoral College is not going to matter because there's going to be enough people that she's going to win the Electoral College.
Yeah, and maybe I just didn't know enough about the Electoral College. I would think that they would come in for a draw. Like, oh, it's within 1,000. Oh, we don't really know. All right, let these guys decide. But no, it's clear. Come on, we don't need you guys.
These are these are archaic systems.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to talk about. These are archaic. Everything from the Constitution to the way we do everything needs to be overhauled, rethought. Maybe it's similar that we would come up with, but it needs to be redone. I mean, it's too old. It's too old, and we're too advanced both in society and culture.
Yes.
It's old.
Yes.
Like, I was talking to my dad about this, about like the Constitution, for example. People want us to be involved and know the Constitution, and you should know the Constitution, and we base everything on the Constitution.
Fucking pages.
And then when you go to the Constitution to read it, it's read like 7 years ago, and all of this.
Yes.
And no one can understand that in the first place. And then you got these. I'm in the hip hop culture.
Yes.
These guys can barely understand regular English written on a piece of paper, let alone the Constitution, and you want them to understand that and be able to make sense of it and be involved in politics the way you want them to. No, you have to rewrite the Constitution in layman's terms so that they can read it and be like, it has to be able to communicate to anybody, to the masses, not just people who understand that type of writing.
Yes, and I think America's in America's in an identity crisis. You know, a middle-aged America. We're like, what? How old are we again? 200 and something. Yeah, we're old.
Don't ask me how long.
Yeah. I'm not doing the math right now, but we're over 200 and something years old, right?
Yeah.
And America is like a middle-aged person going through an identity crisis, right? We're figuring out who we are.
Yeah.
And we don't like who we've been. Yeah. We're finding out because we know that we have some huge flaws that need to be corrected.
And I think they think denial will make it go away. Like, let's just pretend like it didn't happen.
Yes.
Why are you guys still talking about it? Let's just walk away.
Yeah, because that never happened. Because that always works to deny when you've been a victim of something for a certain people,
right.
Black people, for saying, like, okay, yeah, we're sorry. Let's just turn our back to that whole slavery thing. And that happened. We're sorry. But don't blame us.
Yeah.
You know, that didn't happen. I think we're going to get into a lot of things because we're going to definitely have some guests on that are going to educate you and us as well, and even more about some of these things, because those are some things that we're very interested in, an array of things. So, I mean, just in general, I think it's an awakening for America, and it really is divided like I've never seen before. It's not these guys can, these militias, white nationalists are coming out in full force now because they got the guy in charge who is giving them the bullhorn of just saying what they feel. He is their speaker.
Yeah, he motivates them.
It motivates him
to mobilize and move and act. But
I mean, have you this year's been a blur pretty much. I mean, everybody says bye 2020. You know, it's almost like the bye Felicia thing, right? Like, you know, like I literally said to my brother the other day, I said, you know, it's October already. Like this, I can't remember. Like this has been like the same day. It's like, you ever seen Groundhog's Day with Bill? It's like, I mean, like people are gonna make, like, we don't even know what time we're. People are gonna make movies about this and say, what the hell did we come to? And look how stupid we are. Like, we won't wear a mask and we won't social distance because you're holding up. You're keeping me from my rights as an American, that I can't wear a mask and.
Right.
This is insane what we're doing right now. Like the definition of insanity is continuously do the same thing over and over again and get the exact same results. Yeah. Like it is.
People don't want to act like that they're not saving lives by wearing masks or by trying to practice healthy, practices, washing your hands. What I also actually want to add to that is talking about the immune system. That's what upsets me. I know Joe Rogan talks about this and maybe like 2 other people, but when you hear the news or you hear anybody talk about COVID, they always talk about make sure you wear your mask and make sure you social distance, or which that should be called physical distance. Make sure you wash your hands. But what they don't talk about is make sure you try to boost your immune system. And how can you do that? Like exercising, running or lifting weights, taking vitamins, vitamin D, vitamin C. A lot of people in America are vitamin D deficient in general, and a lot of people who died from COVID was vitamin D deficient. But you don't hear them throw that out there with the mask, and that's an easy message they can add.
Yeah, I mean, I think some people.
I've heard. I don't hear people.
I've heard. I've listened to Dr. Fauci. I'm sure you've listened to him before, Dr. Fauci, and he does say some of these things. The vitamin things.
Have you ever heard him say exercise?
Yes, okay. Absolutely. I have. He's an exerciser. He goes out on walks. He's 79 years old. Going out on walks. So he's huge in the exercise. The vitamins, he says, there's been no proof of vitamins on that, but I think sunlight, like the vitamin D efficiency, that's just getting out and going to get some sun, walking out. You need that in your life.
Or take the supplement. Yeah. But I think those are things that they can throw out there just as easy as they say wear a mask. Yes. I don't hear it enough.
I agree with you. There's some hand in hand there. I just think that it needs to be. I think they both need to be pushed. Yeah. But once again, I mean, just be safe. Be logical with yourself. Right. Like not even for you, for everybody else around you. Your mom, your dad, your brother, your sick aunt, whatever. Like you see people of all walks of life getting sick, and people are just talking the same thing. Ernesto was talking about. Working out, they're only talking about death with COVID, and there's been more than just death. There's been long-term health issues with people, so it's just not about dying. It's not just a one-size-fits-all. Dying is the worst outcome, but there's other outcomes that are horrible with people that were healthy people that have had horrible side effects that they don't know that they're ever going to be able to be the same again. They have a hard time walking down the hall without having to take a deep breath. Their heart's all messed up. I mean, these are insane times, Ernesto. Yeah. But I mean, that's pretty much the wrap on COVID for right now. We want to talk about. I know this is a deep subject and everything, but I kind of want to. We were talking about the debates before, the other night, Mike Pence with the fly. We're not going to get into that debate, but let's talk about the fly. You're like,
what do you think's going to be on the shithead?
Very true. But how do you feel that nobody? And listen, I'm not a Mike Pence fan, but would you have given the guy a little sign like, "Hey, you got something on your head"? Like, "Hey, you got something up top over there, Pence"?
I probably would have if I would have seen it and I was close enough to do so. But
You think
I also wouldn't have cared.
You think Senator Harris should have said something and said, "Hey, give him a little warning sign, like, hey, take that off your head."
If I was her, I wouldn't have said.
All right, that's fair.
I would have let that fly stay there.
I guess it's true. I mean, that's fair.
If I was her, the opponent, the fly is staying.
Yeah, I just get grossed out with stuff on people.
And I would have thought of a zinger to throw at him about the fly.
Yeah. What is it? Fly sticks to or is attracted to shit, or fly sticks to shit?
I would have said something like that, and he
that.
would still not have known, and it would have just been classic.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have just said something because it would have just been so awkward that there's a fly rolling on his head. But that's pretty much a what is the word? A sign of the Trump presidency. There's fly
it's so
stuck
ironic. That's the irony.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess it was there
started talking that BS
for a reason.
That's when the fly showed up. Like, oh shit, is it shit here? I smell shit.
Well, it was definitely
right here.
It was definitely shit there. That whole administration makes you smell a little bit of something.
Right. And now, if one shows up for Trump next time, then I'm done.
Yeah, I don't think they're attracted to that golden
shirt,
whatever that is on his head. I don't know if they're attracted to anything on his head and stuff like that. But that's just insane.
I need to make a fly shirt with that fly face on the shirt.
You know what? Some fly shit. That's what you say. Fly shit. You know?
Fly shit.
That's some fly shit.
Yeah.
But I
he stole the show.
The fly.
But I'll tell you, I didn't notice the fly.
You didn't? No.
When I watched it. Until I left.
I saw it on Twitter. Yes,
and then
exactly.
I went back and
I was like, no, I was watching it at the time, and I was like, there's a fly on him. At first, I didn't notice it. And then I just couldn't keep my eyes off of it after that. But I was like, yo, dude's got a fly.
Did you watch it on the big screen?
It was like 50.
Because I watched it on.
Yeah,
I watched
did it on 50.
So that's probably why.
It's like the fly. Like not the Jeff Goldblum fly, good movie, but yeah, it was a fly up there and stuff like that. I was like, there's nobody's gonna tell him there's a fly.
Oh man, you just made me get a joke that I didn't get until you just said the go. So okay, sorry guys, he just made me realize something I didn't get. A friend of mine after the fly thing. She posted Jeff. What's his name?
Jeff Goldblum.
Goldblum. Was he holding a monkey in that movie?
I think at the beginning there was the monkey, yeah.
She posted him holding it and like reaching, and she was like, some people will get this. And I was like, I don't get it. You just made me realize that was from the movie The Fly. That's why she posted that. Okay. Hey, got it. Thank you. Thank you.
Over Ernesto's head. Oh, hey! The dog. We have a dog over here.
Did he pee on you? Did he just pee on you?
Yeah, Ernesto.
Buster, outside.
Just to let you know, we are doing this.
This is live. Oh my gosh, that's never happened to me.
We're live, and Ernesto's dog just peed on me.
I don't know. I'm so. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness.
That is.
He's never peed on anybody.
I don't know if he. Yeah,
I don't even know how to react. What do you do with a dog?
I don't know if he completely peed on me. He got the side of the shoe.
Okay, you got the side.
Good. Like, good job. No, I'll get it afterwards. I'm completely. Man, talk about being a dog that needs to be on a healthy diet.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's your memorable moment in episode 1, I guess you would say.
Yes. You definitely have to keep that. That's staying.
But
I got some. Hey, look. Speaking about COVID, I got some disinfectant for the
Yeah, go ahead on the shoe.
Sorry. Go ahead on and get that on there.
Yeah, good stuff.
So
Appreciate it.
Disinfect that.
So so let's get back to it's gonna be a little tough.
To the piss on the shoe.
Piss on the shoe. It's all right. It's all right.
Man. I bet you that's never happened on any podcast.
Yeah, I mean that needs to go viral. That's fine.
Are you pissed?
Not really. I've been pissed off before.
That's the kind of zingers I have.
That's the running sneakers. But yeah, so you saw. So have you seen The Fly?
The movie, yes, I've seen the movie. Yes, I just haven't seen it since back then, and I didn't really remember the scene.
So getting on, what animal would you want to be? It's not an animal. That's like, what would you want to turn into? Because he became a human fly now. It didn't end well for him or anything, but like if you could transport yourself into something, like since it's the fly, you know, we could come up with something else maybe you can transport yourself into.
I want to be the fucking pistol shrimp.
Well, I don't know too much about the pistol shrimp. What is the pistol shrimp? I gotta look this up.
That was the
what is the? I don't know what the pistol shrimp is. You gotta.
No, that was from Jamie Foxx. He just came out with a show called The Power Project.
Oh no, I heard that he's.
It's dope. It's dope. I watched it. It's dope. It's dope. And that was okay. So I might have given it away.
Giving it away, but we're now going to it a little bit. Come on.
But the pistol shrimp, that was one of his powers. He had the powers of the pistol shrimp. And I knew about the pistol shrimp because I watched Nat Geo all the goddamn time. And the pistol shrimp has the hardest punch per capita. I don't know if that's the hardest punch in nature.
The hardest punch. All right,
he punches so fast. He's in water. Punches so fast that the water evaporates as he's punching, and that's how he kills his prey. So he punches them and they die.
Okay, so it could kill. All right, yes, it could. Could a pistol shrimp kill a human? So
yes, if it was a lot big.
Yes, it could. If the human is allergic to shrimp, consumes one and suffers. All right, so it's usually the shrimp things. How powerful is the pistol shrimp? Looking something like a technicolor lobster, the pistol shrimp gets its name from its primary attack mechanism, a claw that fires bubble bullets. What is a bubble? Bubble bullets.
Yeah, because he punches so hard.
At 100 feet per second, extreme force, they're saying that?
Yeah, that it shoots the bubble, because it evaporates it and turns them into bubbles.
It's the loudest, most dangerous creature on the planet. When making a list, it made a list. Oh, wow. All right, so where do they live?
Deep in the ocean?
No, like certain waters and stuff like that?
I don't know
when
which
I go
waters.
to the beach, I need to know.
I don't know where I need to be from to be a pistol shrimp.
Oh, so you want to be a pistol. So that's what you want to be, like you decide?
No, I wouldn't want it. I was just saying, if I wanted to be smart about my decision, yes.
Okay.
Because I could beat stuff. So but if I wanted to choose...
we made a remake of The Fly, but not with The Fly. What would you be?
I would probably be...
We got a lot of
time. Golden Eagle.
Any reasoning behind that? Like, is
they're big and they fly and nobody fucks with them.
I mean, I think those are boring.
You can fly.
I think that's a boring analysis.
I was going to choose like a lion or something like that, but I'd rather be flying.
King of the jungle.
I'd rather I could fly over the king of the jungle. What's he going to do to me?
I mean, I'd be a lion because that's just an easy one. Everybody does a cop out. I'm going to do the cop out.
I could just fly over and be like, look at those guys down there.
About the wing breaks or something. The wing comes down or something. Then you're dead.
Then I'm fucked.
You know? So you would call it the bald eagle or the movie? Like, who would... Yeah. Like... You would play it, or you would want somebody else to play the part? I mean, like, you want to be the bald eagle.
I'd play the part, sure.
All right, so the bald eagle. I just don't think it sells.
No, it'd be
think it sells.
The golden eagle.
The golden. I mean, now you're just getting cliche, I feel like.
No, that's the name of the eagle.
The golden eagle?
Yeah.
It just sounds so boring. Like, it's ridiculously boring. I'm not a fan of it. I'm sorry, Ernesto. I wouldn't go see it at all.
But I'd be fly.
You'll be fly. Fly to shit. You know, that's fly shit. We're going to go back to Pence on that one.
Then I could pick up small tigers.
They pick up? No, I don't think they pick up small tigers.
They can pick up like goats.
Well, where do you get your from? You saw this before?
Yes, I'm Nat Geo.
The golden eagle?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to live on the internet right now.
Like gold hair.
Yeah, the golden eagle. I think that was from a movie, The Golden Eagle. I don't even know if that's a real name.
It's real.
That's just a bald eagle.
No, they got long-haired eagles. They got all kinds.
Yeah, I don't find the eagle. I got pissed on today. We got flies going on. Ernesto wants to be an eagle.
Yeah, man, it's better.
Yeah,
you need to fly. The transportation alone, I could go like miles before you could go miles.
I mean, but there's like.
And then just
like, what is fun about it, though? Like, I don't get the fun part about it. The eagle?
Yeah, you need to chill. No one
Yeah,
can touch you.
You're a laid back person.
No one can touch you.
You don't like
up there by yourself.
Yeah.
Who's gonna? No one's up here.
You're a laid.
No, the tiger can't jump up and get you.
Yeah, you're a very laid back person, so I could see you like that. Actually, that makes sense now when I think about
glide on the currents.
Yeah, Ernesto's very laid back. Yeah, so I could see.
I can imagine
I could see Ernesto.
I have my hands out like I'm flying right now.
Yeah,
because you guys can't see.
He's flying for very many different reasons right now. But we're not going to get into that on this episode.
Flying high.
That's it. That's what we're going to say right now. Flying high. What other stuff got you going this week or in the last couple months? Since this is, we're letting people know what got us going a little bit. Could be anything,
Kanye,
this guy. I think Kanye's the trigger button, Like he tweeted a picture out of somebody vote. I don't know what it was the other day. Somebody tweeted out the ballot, and I think he was on the ballot. Was he on the ballot on some people? I know he's not on some states. He didn't get it, or
I don't give Kanye credit in politics.
No, I don't give him credit, and I think people are stupid.
So I don't even look towards him doing any political stuff. I don't know what he's doing.
Do you find him funny? Do you find him funny or sad or both?
I literally think he's a genius. And
I think there's a genius there.
And I think
you can't deny his
he's
genius.
suffering from things geniuses suffer from, which is craziness.
All right,
I feel kind of bad to make fun of him a lot. I still make fun of him.
Yeah,
I feel bad. It's almost making fun of somebody with a problem.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But I think he's genius for music and creativity, and that's all I want to give him credit for. When he steps outside of that and starts talking about politics or...
Didn't he say something about Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves or something?
Or slavery or world history or... I don't give him credit for any of that stuff.
I mean, Jay-Z's a genius, but we don't see him doing this crazy stuff either.
Right. I don't even know if Jay-Z's a genius.
What? All right, okay.
I wouldn't say he's a genius.
Okay. Jay, that came from Ernesto. I hope you come on our podcast one time. Please. But Ernesto...
I would like to talk to Jay-Z about how he thinks he's a genius.
All right. Listen, we can go...
And I may give it to him about...
Jay-Z,
okay,
please.
all right, I get you.
That's Ernesto. This is not Jason. Please, I'm a huge fan. Don't not listen to us.
I would say this about Jay-Z. Jay-Z is a lyrical genius.
Just lyrical? You don't think that he's...
Lyrically, he's a genius.
No, just lyrically, though? You don't think he's done, like, a wide range of things that make him genius level on different things? He's a mogul.
I wouldn't say business-wise he's a genius.
What? I mean...
He's a talented businessman.
He's gone into Tidal. He's gone into Rock Nation. I mean, all these things, like, different branches. Like, he's not representing...
I would say Zuckerberg... Jeff Bezos are business geniuses.
Well, let's put it like this, right? So those guys...
He is a very talented businessman.
So let's call geniuses, right? So
more...
Okay, but let's do it like this. Zuckerberg went to Harvard. Yeah, he's a genius. I'll say he's a genius. Zuckerberg, I think, is kind of awkward in a lot of ways, but a lot of geniuses are, I guess.
There you go.
We just talked about Kanye. Bezos had a great idea, whatever, but like Jay didn't go to college or anything like that. He's a made genius where he didn't need that. Yeah. So like he's a genius in his own way that didn't need to have school. I think that's even more of an accomplishment than what Zuckerberg and Bezos did. Bill Gates is another one that didn't go to college.
When I think of genius, I think of something that the thing that someone's a genius is.
Oh, you think something that they did that nobody else has done before?
Not necessarily no one's done before, but that whenever they do it, it's always good. It's always like, whenever I do this, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you did that.
Okay, let's be honest, okay? Bezos is... To call him a genius, I think we all could have came up with Amazon if it was I think everybody. I think a genius.
I think he's genius because he had Amazon and he worked it, and he saw it, and the vision was a genius vision.
everybody comes up with ideas. I get it. There's a way to execute ideas and stuff like that. People have ideas all the time.
Like that's an invention of his, even though it's an online business.
Geniuses are genius word, I guess, gets thrown out a lot, you know. Artists are geniuses, like you said, businessmen are geniuses. I think, there's a lot of different types of geniuses and what categories they fall in. I guess you're right about that. I think Michael Jackson and Prince were musically geniuses beyond like what we've seen in a lot of ways.
Right, yes. Like Michael Jackson, like you said, genius. Because whenever he did music, it came out like, oh my God, I can't believe
there's some great stuff around him.
Anytime he dances. Anytime he performs.
He saw it in his mind what he wanted to do and stuff, and a lot of people can't do that. Prince was a genius. The guy made a fucking a guitar disappear. He threw it up in the air and never came down. That's what the story, the legend says. You ever heard that story before? Where'd it go? Where did the guitar go?
Well, so back to Jay-Z. Jay-Z doesn't do an interview with me, so I want you to do an interview. So this is what I meant. That is Ernesto.
Doesn't think you're a genius.
I'm gonna bring it back around. So look. Why I say Jay-Z's a lyrical genius, because every time he drops a verse, it's genius. You're like, I can't believe he did that. Listen, or you're like, no one's that good. Or you're like, it's gonna be on a level to where he's not gonna miss. Like Kanye's beats, like Kanye's production.
I'm not debating.
It's genius level.
I know Jay-Z's a genius lyrically. What I'm talking about is other aspects, but you do not agree.
What
there's
a genius
aspect? Well, we talked about it.
Business?
He's a business mogul. He's got his own.
He is a mogul, but is he a business genius?
Well, listen, potato, I guess, depending on the word. Jay's a genius because he's able to cast a wide range of things, right? And he just knows that he's just not a rapper. He's a business owner, whether it be the champagne, I think.
Yeah, he's definitely a mogul.
His Rock Nation title. These are unbelievable things. And his humanitarian efforts, just another thing.
Yeah.
He's above average. He's
up there.
That sounds so bad for Jay-Z just to call him above average.
No, he's advanced. Well, I'm trying to get him as close, but not
Jay,
genius.
once again, this doesn't represent half of this podcast. That goes
I'm trying to get
Ernesto.
Him close to genius as possible.
I have you at genius in all aspects, right? You're a genius. Who your wife is.
Yeah, he's a genius for his wife's decision. I give him that. I would listen to Jay-Z's marital advice, but I wouldn't listen to Kanye's.
I wouldn't listen to Kanye on what to eat, let alone.
I would listen to Jay-Z on how he chose his spouse and how their ups and downs and how he got through them. I think he has something there.
Okay, so you went back to Kanye. So I need to answer this lifelong question, all right? Is there a Kardashian First?
Maybe.
I hate to give them time on our podcast.
I wouldn't say just no, because I see the examples out there.
Lamar Odom.
I would say I wouldn't let them curse me if I was in those situations. But I see how a lot of people have went down the hill after they went.
Lamar Odom's story is crazy with him. He got in there. Kanye is. He might have been a little crazy before Kanye, but he's
Kanye was crazy before Kanye.
But he's a whole different crazy now. We can say that, right?
Now I think they're driving.
When he sat down with Trump, he made Trump look not crazy when he was sitting down with Trump. That was mind blowing. I've never seen somebody make Trump look normal.
Like this guy's
crazy. I've never seen anything like that before.
Yeah, Trump was looking at
Trump like, get this guy out of here. Like, this guy's crazy. This guy's crazy.
Yeah, I hope you don't be president.
Yeah, exactly. I think Trump would vote for Biden over Kanye.
He definitely would.
That's crazy in itself. But is there Kardashian First?
It might be, man. I can't say that it's not, because too many people have been affected.
Chris Humphries was with...
Once 3 people are affected...
Yeah, Chris Humphries was a basketball player with the Nets and whatever. No, he's gone. Once you got out of... He was playing for the Nets when Jay-Z was partial owner, and Kanye liked Kim Kardashian, so we don't know. I'm not making any speculation over there, but that's for food for thought over that, you know? But
and then he get dropped from the Nets after he broke up with
I don't know
Kardashian.
how it worked out. I don't want to say anything to that genius, Jay-Z, who you don't think is a genius.
He's a musical genius.
He's just a musical genius, Ernesto. Once again, I think you are a genius in all aspects of life.
Lyrical.
But yeah, man, I think you almost have to say that there's a Kardashian curse. Who was the other one? Tyga? Is he still doing stuff? I don't know. I never really.
Tyga's bounced. He bounced back.
He bounced back. I'm not a huge fan of Tyga. I don't really listen to his music. I'm not going to be full disclosure. I'm not a Tyga fan. I don't have his albums, like anything like that I'm listening to. So, but he bounced back.
Yeah,
you think he got a little push up?
And technically, he was with a Jenner.
A Jenner. So that changes because Travis Scott is still big time, and he's been in and out with that stuff. So it's not.
So it's the Jenners are okay.
Yes, that is true.
Jenners haven't caused any problems. Everybody who's been with Kylie.
I mean, you got Bruce Jenner. She. No problems with that whatsoever. I'm just saying, you're just trying to.
I mean, she is okay.
Yeah. Whoever it is.
She hasn't caused any problems.
They're awesome.
The Jenner side is fine.
Yeah, Jenner side is.
It's the Kardashian side that is wreaked havoc.
So Kanye is. Listen, they get their hands in there.
Travis Scott is probably.
Now, let's just be honest, okay?
I'm gonna stay over here with the Jenners.
So you're a happily married man, okay?
Who?
You.
Well, we're not married.
Okay, well, you're married in the sense of you're married.
Yes.
You're married in so many terms, right? Marriage is marriage.
Baby mama.
Okay, so marriage is marriage. You don't have to have a license anymore. Marriage is marriage.
Well, right, yeah, but if you go by the 15-year rule.
Yeah, exactly. You're married. So, like, if you weren't married happily with your beautiful, I call her your wife, but she's beautiful, Cindy, awesome person.
Beyonce wouldn't because there's no ring on it. So
well, that's with Cindy.
That's where Jay-Z's a genius.
Well, it is what it is. No, let Cindy listen to this. Right. So, like, if Cindy wasn't in the picture, and we're happy that she is, I'm happy she's awesome. Could you fall for a Kardashian? Could you be just for that little bit of spunk, that whatever they give you? Because you do get a little rocking.
Which one? I would.
All right, who's your favorite?
Date Courtney.
At first.
Courtney seems
First,
cool.
It was Kim for me, right? But then Courtney came. I think I'm with you on that one. But just in general, could you see yourself getting locked into that whatever that is?
Courtney.
You could roll with Courtney.
Yeah.
I don't think I could get myself in that, though.
Not Kim or the
what's
the other sister? Chloe?
Chloe. She's totally different now. I don't even know who she is anymore. But I think there's a curse. I think if we have to check mark everything, people have gone downhill after being with them. That's a check mark. Yeah. Somebody got released from a team. Okay. Well, what is another thing that constitutes a curse for them? Is there any other thing that curses are being done? I mean, their show's ending. I heard. Yeah. You heard about this, right? So let's see how strong. I predict they'll be back on air.
They're going to be somewhere on some
because
platform.
There's no way.
Something.
There's no way that they can survive without being.
That's too much money.
Too much money.
Like any network can say, "Hey, come do something. We'll make something out," because they're a brand now, so they need that brand to make money some kind.
So, this is my thing, right? And I don't want to hate them because I don't get mad at people for making money, right? But are they revolutionary? What they did in a way?
I think Kim Kardashian.
I mean, she sets it all up. She's the godfather of it all, I guess you would say, right?
Think about Kim Kardashian, what she all the stuff she's doing.
No, but how they came,
on a tape with Ray J.
Well, her dad. Don't forget her dad.
Yeah, her dad
was a lawyer or a friend, a personal friend.
Didn't she date Michael Jackson? Or she went to prom with Michael or something with Michael Jackson?
No.
Yes.
No, she didn't.
Internet time.
No, I don't think it's Michael Jackson.
She did. She dated Michael Jackson. Kim Kardashian dated Michael Jackson.
You need to know who Michael Jackson dated to begin with.
I think she did. So
no, she not dating Michael Jackson.
She dated Michael Jackson.
Michael was like.
She had sex with Michael Jackson.
No. No. Come on.
Just see.
It's falling in line that Jay-Z's not a genius.
Let's see. She did something with Michael Jackson.
I don't know.
Look it up. Let's see.
Let's just see this because we're going to get facts.
Kim Kardashian and Michael Jackson.
I'm putting it in. Proof that Michael Jackson got support. Wait. I don't know. Kim Kardashian West is for buying. I don't see anything about Michael Jackson and Kim Kardashian. I just see, yeah.
You don't see Kim.
Proof that I'm looking is tone deaf for buying Michael Jackson's jacket for North. So she bought Michael Jackson's. I mean,
her dad, famous prosecutor or lawyer.
Yes, Robert Kardashian.
Right.
Yeah, he wasn't really on the team or whatever. We're not gonna get into the whole OJ thing, but that's a whole other story, which I definitely want to talk about.
Then she had the sex tape.
Yeah.
Then she dated all these guys.
Yeah, she dated all those guys.
Then she got on one of the most successful shows on television. Then
I mean, there's been a lot of shows behind her, right? There's been a lot of shows that have come back. Like, people have gotten famous off of stuff that family's done, right?
Right.
Like, they've taken that model, right?
Then she broke the internet with the nudes. Then she went to Harvard. Then she started freeing people from prison.
Listen,
I mean, God dog, if she started
so she's like an icon, you would say?
Yes. She's a cultural icon. What other porn star gets into the White House?
I mean, a porn star would be tough.
Well, she's not a porn star. It's just her video.
I don't think that video was porn quality.
Well, it's all
so was it porn quality?
No,
I don't think it was porn quality.
In amateur porn, she's a star. So she has one of the biggest celebrity sex tapes ever. She has dated the list of she's dated and ruined people's lives that she's dated because of the curse. And then she went to Harvard, started turning the Titanic. Went to Harvard, and everyone's like, "Wait, what?" She's starting to turn the Titanic, and then she started freeing people from prison.
So is that the new American dream?
We need her now.
So is the new American dream doing what she does? If you follow her steps, you will do
I think
everything.
if you come out on the other end, I think the American dream is you can come out on the other end.
Yeah. Literally. Literally.
You could end up, a bunch of shit can happen, and then you can end up being all right. That's the American dream.
I mean, listen.
A bunch of shit can happen, and you can end up being all right.
I mean, Ernesto.
Isn't that the dream? At the end of the day, you just want to be all right.
I mean, listen. It is a tough.
She figured that out.
And she has a model that I guess people can follow. Very long, weird model. We can say that might be taught in school one of these days.
Yeah.
Be a porn star or an amateur porn star. Get some nudes out there. I'm sure that's going to be in your kids' books in the next couple of years.
But don't focus on that stuff.
That's stuff.
Focus on at the end.
The end game. The end game.
Yeah, at the end of the game, everything's going to be all right. As long as everything's going to be.
She gets credit for freeing people. I'll give her that.
So you could be like, I'm stripping right now so that later on everything's going to be all
listen.
right.
Hey, now we got to bring up Cardi B, because Cardi B's doing some amazing things out here too, I think, right?
Yeah, because everything's good, all right for Cardi B now.
I mean,
she went through a bunch of stuff. And now everything's all right.
Teeth are right, everything.
Everything's okay now with Cardi B. She has a beautiful daughter. She has money to take care of her. She gets to talk to. She's talking to politicians now. She might be president in 2030.
Man, Trump has opened up a door.
Imagine if she's president in 2030. So,
getting back, since you opened that door, what do you think about celebrity presidents? Like, is there like something that you look for? Is there somebody that you can picture, or do you think that needs to stop? Like, or there needs to be a certain intellectual understanding that you have, emotional and everything. We spoke about that a little earlier, but like, should we like close the door on that, or is there exceptions to the rule?
I think you should.
Ronald Reagan was an actor. He became a president. Trump, whatever Trump is, he's a failure, but he somehow became president.
I think you should be well versed in politics, whether you went to school or you took a test. Like getting a driver's license. You have to get a driver's license, you can't get around taking a written and a physical test. Because why? You are responsible for people's lives, both in the car and outside.
Yes.
When you're running the country, you're responsible for people's lives, both in the country and outside the country. So where's the license? Why isn't anybody taking any kind of test?
There should be a license.
Why isn't anybody saying, okay, we have a few questions you have to answer. You have to pass this test. I mean, what the hell are we doing?
Okay.
You're not, or you have to, here's a few situations. Let's see if you can solve them. Like, what are we doing? Absolutely. You're just able to be like, oh, I can read this script and act real good. I could be president.
So what I want to do, what we're going to do first, right? What we're going to do now is we're going to give our top 5 who we think celebrity president should be. Mm-hmm. And we're going to give out our email address, and we want you guys to email us your top 5 celebrity presidents. Who you think, listen, you can put whoever you want. Put some thought into it, who could be, because, we want to come out. We're going to read some of these things out. We'll let you know.
So if we had to choose a celebrity president.
If you had, whatever.
With no political
gun to our head or something, right? All that stuff. But we want to know who the top 5 celebrity presidents. So we're going to go ahead and do our top 5. We're doing this out the blue, so go ahead. You give me your number 5.
I would like as a celebrity president.
Number 5 for you.
All right, number 5 for me. I would say number 5, Lil Jon.
I mean, yeah.
He's always going to question things. What?
All right, okay.
What?
Okay.
What? And when he speaks eloquently.
All right, and we could go.
I need somebody who can speak.
You're thinking of the Dave Chappelle. You're thinking of the Dave Chappelle.
He speaks like that for real, though. Yeah. I've heard him in interviews.
Oh, he probably does. I'm not saying that.
So number 5, though.
Yeah. What? Okay, so I'm going to go number 5
when he makes a decision, he's very enthusiastic.
Okay, so
his confidence.
My number 5, and we could use the same names, different numbers, whatever we want to do. Mm-hmm. Number 5, I'm going to go Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
Dave Chappelle tells you.
That'd be fun.
Dave Chappelle tells you everything how it is. He doesn't sugarcoat anything.
Yeah, I
he'll give you a little bit of jokes.
Yeah.
He's going to tell you, hey, this is America. This is what's wrong with you.
Get
this shit fixed.
I would put Dave Chappelle.
He might have gone higher, but, number 5 popped in my head.
He's probably going to be number 3.
Number 3? Okay. Sorry, Dave. I think you're in the top 5 of being a president. I don't think that's wrong at all. Yeah. You're a celebrity, so you might have gone higher, but Dave has everything you look for in quality, can talk to anybody. I believe that he goes everywhere and he has audiences that are wide range and stuff like that. People love him, so he can relate to everybody.
Yeah,
he lives in Ohio, so the Midwest. He lives on, I think, a farm or whatever. Yeah. He tells great stories. Yeah. He's not going to lie to the American public.
Right.
If anything, he's going to be too honest with the American public.
Right. And it'll be funny.
It'll be funny. And it'll be great sit-downs with other heads of state. So, number 5 for Dave Chappelle for me.
He smokes weed, so I'm sure
that's a big deal for it.
He'll be very thoughtful in his decision.
Yeah, so Dave, you listen to us. You're number 5 for me. You're higher, though, comedian-wise. Go ahead, Ernesto. It's number 4 for you.
Number 4. I would say number 4 for me could be...
you can use... you just don't have to use celebrities. You can use...
Jay-Z. See? Okay. I would use Jay-Z for number 4.
Okay. I have little issues with you. Okay, so...
He doesn't have to be a genius.
Oh, you're saying once again, this is probably Ernesto saying that Jay-Z is not a genius. Okay, so what is Jay? I know
the characteristics. I think he knows to see through the bullshit. He knows how to maneuver in the room full of vultures.
Okay,
and he'll show you how to maneuver. He knows how to go in there and be like, "You're full of shit. You're full of shit. Just get me to this door right here."
Okay.
He knows how to do that. He's diplomatic in the way he moves.
Yes.
He's quiet.
Very diverse with everything he does, yes.
Moves succinctly. Boom, boom. Oh, Jay-Z was here? Oh, and he fixed the light bulb? I didn't even know. He's like that kind of guy. I would Jay-Z number 4.
All right. I'm going to follow him number 4 with Jay-Z again.
He's presidential.
Yes. I'm going to do Jay-Z as well. Just the fact... This guy actually knows how to run companies.
Yeah.
And this guy doesn't lie about things like a certain guy in office right now who said he's run these glorious things. Not that you have to run companies, but he knows how to deal with people.
Yeah.
and wide range of people. Once again, that is going to be the theme for me always.
Yeah.
You're just not stuck on one thing. For what you need to look at the big picture, and Jay always looks at the big picture. And the number one thing is he's a genius in everything he does. In everything he does. Some of people don't think he's a genius, Ernesto, but he is a genius in everything he does. And like I said, who knows everything about life?
If Jay-Z came out with a restaurant, would you?
I'd name a genius.
You think it's good food?
Yes.
You think he's a good food? He's a
Yes.
good chef?
Yes, I think Jay-Z's a genius. Jay-Z, you're a genius to me. Go ahead. Fine, go ahead.
Okay,
Number 3
okay.
from Ernesto, go ahead.
Dave Chappelle.
Dave Chappelle. All right. That's
Dave
perfect.
Chappelle.
Go ahead. You go to tell me why you think Chappelle.
Well, so, piggyback off a lot of your reasons. He's straight to the point. He'll make it funny. He as much as funny as he is, or as funny as he is, you can tell he cares about people and well-being of people and the well-being of things. So we need that. And he's compassionate. You can see that a lot. And he's aware of the BS too. He knows when the BS is coming, and he's willing to. He doesn't care about money. He's willing to leave money on the table to go do the right thing. So we need that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I definitely agree with you.
He's proved that.
Number 3 for me, I'm going to go. I think everybody knows this name. It's not going to be a big fact. I mean, you got to go from the people's champion, right? You got to go with The Rock.
Oh, man, you stole my number 2.
All right. I was debating 1, 2, and 3 with it, but it's The Rock.
Me too.
It's The Rock, Once again, I think, we go to the same characteristics in all these guys, pretty much. Like, these guys are smart. They get along with a wide range of people. Their audiences are totally different. They're, I guess, Ernesto, decent human beings, right? That's what we kind of want right now is decent human beings, right? That just know decency at this point. That's all we ask for. But all these guys that we're speaking about right now are just smart, great at interactions with people, have several different things going on, isn't going to lie to the country, tell them like it is. And that's why I picked The Rock. He's a people's champion. I mean, what more can you ask than the people's champion?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the people's champion. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You give him number 2 for you.
Yeah, I'm going to go with The Rock. Same reasons. He's assertive. He looks the part. If he dressed up in a suit, he'll look presidential.
Hey, listen, he gets him with the people's elbow.
And I was going to say, if he ever had to beat someone's ass, he could. Like, if he's overseas and Putin wanted to try all that bullshit, he could just beat him up. So I don't think anybody would want to go toe-to-toe as far as world leaders. And then I think he would look like he means business when he sends the military there. He'd probably be on one of the front lines if they let him. But I think he also cares. He cares. He has daughters. You've seen a compassionate side of him. He likes comedy, which means he likes to laugh, which means he likes good times, which means he's about fun and laughter. America needs that. But yeah, we need somebody who looks assertive and looks presidential.
All right. Well, number 2 for me is Will Ferrell. I'm going to piggyback off of the end of what you said. We need funny.
Yeah.
And I think Chappelle brings funny, but Will Ferrell is just a silly funny, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
He, once again, gets along with everybody. And I'm just going to say Will Ferrell. That's it. Will Ferrell. I think everybody smiles when you hear Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, Will Ferrell is Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Step Brother is everything. I think everybody.
But they have to put a mic on him. I mean, a video cam on him when he's in meetings with world leaders.
Yeah, that would be fun. I'm pretty sure.
We need to see.
I don't think we're going to get into a war, but I don't think they're going to understand what he says sometimes if he breaks out on one of his characters and stuff. And he can do a great impression of George Bush, so that's awesome as well. But that's my number 2. Who's your number 1? I got the number 1 ready. You can use superheroes if you want to.
Man, it's between 2 people.
Now, if it's between 2 people, maybe they should have been on the top 5.
I know, but they're like a tie.
Okay, so you could do 1B
I'm gonna
and
go,
1A. 1A, 1B.
I'm going to go because I think she embodies the other one. So I'm going to go with Beyonce.
Wow, you just threw my thing up, bro. Oh.
It was between Oprah and Beyonce, but I think Beyonce would get the torch from Oprah and carry it further. She would take the goods from Oprah. Beyonce looks like she don't take no shit, first of all. Beyonce looks like your mom who will look at you and you'll just start acting right.
Yeah.
Beyonce looks like you know that she means well for everybody. She knows she cares about the world. You know that she could stand, she could speak well. If she wore whatever a woman president would wear, she would look important. She is great at everything she does. she doesn't have any blemishes on her record. What did Beyonce do in the past? That was horrible.
Yeah, I don't think anything.
Nothing.
I'm with you. I'm sorry. I'm not going to piss off the Beehive on our first episode either. Ernesto just did it. That's it. Number one is Beyonce on both of our boards. She's Beyonce. That's all I can say.
President Beyonce.
That's it. Listen, she's going to be our president. That's it. In our world, she's our president now. I'm not pissing off the Beehive. Number one. Ernesto already pissed off Jay-Z. I'm not pissing off B. J and B, come on our podcast.
But now Jay-Z would be the first man.
Listen, he's still the first, and he's still a genius at the end of the day. He's a genius for everything he does. So Beyonce is our number one.
She's the president.
We want to know your top five. Ernesto, give them our email address real quick so they can all send us out their top five celebrity presidents that they would like in office.
The email is Over Easy Podcast Network. That's OVEREASYPODCASTNETWORK @gmail.com. I really had to think about spelling that because it was very long, but I made it through. So Over Easy Podcast Network @gmail.com. We're going to get on the next podcast. We're going to have the Instagrams and the Finstas and the Twitters and the Discords and the, you name it. We're going to get all those out there and y'all going to follow us.
Please leave your name, everything. We'll give you a shout out on here so we can give you everything to let you know what we feel about your choices. You can even write in here what you thought about our choices.
Absolutely.
We'll read some of them out. Think they're great. Please give us all your top fives. We really would appreciate it. One last thing before we get out of here. You have anything else to say?
Not anything important. I mean, it was fun doing this first one. I'm looking forward to doing more. We're always going to have topics to talk about. I'm looking forward to y'all's input. I'm looking forward to launching the rest of the shows on this network and growing with y'all and interacting with you all. It's a journey.
Yeah, guys, we really do appreciate you listening to us this first episode. Please interact with us. We want that. We want you guys in this every episode. Give us feedback, what you want to hear, what you didn't like, some of the stuff that we said that you disagree with us with. But we're going to be out and about. We got some big things coming. We're going to be out there touching the people, all this stuff, being around you guys. We got some big things that Ernesto and me are going to be planning, and we're going to be introducing on here. We're going to tell you guys everything that's going on. But like I said, click and subscribe to our YouTube page. We'll have our other pages up next week. We'll give you all the info with Instagram and like all of our social media that Ernesto went through because I don't feel like talking about all of them. But Ernesto's going to give you, we're going to give you all that info next week. But thank you so much for supporting our first episode. We look forward to getting to know you guys. And remember, when we get to 1 billion subscribers.
Yes, 1 billion.
Huge prize that we just can't tell you about yet.
It's actually the biggest prize ever given away.
To steal a line from Trump, it's huge. It's huge.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Share this.
Like it. Tell everybody that you know.
Comment.
We hope you like. We hope you stay with us. Till next time, this is Jason.
Peace. Oh, this is Ernesto.
Yeah, we go. All right. You have a great one. Later.